If you've ever stared at a stack of papers thinking, there has to be a better way, you're not alone. Most offices still fold things by hand because they're unsure whether a desktop folder is worth the space or the money. Today I'm looking at the Formax FD38X, a mid-size automatic paper folder that promises to turn a messy pile into neat stacks in seconds. The link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What makes this category tricky is that a paper folder isn't exciting until you actually need it. If your team only folds a few dozen sheets a week, a $30 manual folder is fine. But once you hit hundreds of pages, think newsletters, flyers, or internal memos, manual folding becomes a bottleneck. That's where the FD38X tries to earn its keep. It's designed for small to medium offices that want automation without the footprint of a full-sized machine. The catch is that it's not cheap, and it's not tiny, so you have to be sure you'll use it enough to justify the cost. Setting it up is straightforward. Plug it in, open the feed tray, and feed a stack of paper. The first thing you'll notice is the noise level. It's quieter than a laser printer, but it's not silent. Expect a low hum and the occasional mechanical whir. If your office is open plan, that hum might be noticeable, so think about where you'll place it. The feed tray holds about 200 sheets of standard 20-pound paper, which is enough for a short run without constant refills. If you're folding heavier cardstock or glossy flyers, you'll need to slow down and feed fewer sheets at a time to avoid jams. The real test is consistency. I ran 500 sheets of 8.5 by 11 through it using the half-fold setting, no issues. Switching to the C-fold for trifold brochures worked fine too, though the machine needs a second or two to adjust between folds. That's not a deal-breaker, but it does add time if you're switching formats often. The fold quality is clean and sharp, which matters if you're sending mailers or proposals. If you're folding receipts or small notes, the machine might feel like overkill, but for anything that needs to look professional, it delivers. One hidden trade-off is paper size flexibility. The FD38X handles standard letter and legal sizes, but anything outside that range like A4 or half sheets requires manual adjustment. If your office uses a mix of paper sizes, you'll spend more time tweaking settings than actually folding. The machine also struggles with very thin or very thick paper. If you're folding 60 pounds cardstock, you'll need to reduce the stack height and feed slowly to avoid misfolds or jams. That's not unusual for this class, but it's worth remembering if your materials vary. Who should buy this? If you're in a small office, a church, a school, or a print shop that folds newsletters, flyers, or internal documents regularly, the FD38X can save hours every month. It's especially useful if you're tired of inconsistent folds from a manual folder or if you're tired of someone's hand cramping after folding 200 flyers. The time savings add up quickly, and the machine's reliability means you won't be babysitting it every time you need a stack folded. Who should skip it? If you only fold a few sheets a day, the cost and space aren't justified. A $25 manual folder does the job fine, and you won't have to worry about noise, power, or maintenance. Also, if your office uses a wide variety of paper sizes or materials, you'll spend more time adjusting the machine than actually using it. And if you're folding large runs, thousands of sheets daily, you'd be better off with a heavy-duty folder that can handle continuous duty cycles. The value here isn't in the specs, it's in the consistency and the time you get back. Instead of someone folding for 20 minutes, you set the stack, press start, and walk away. That's the real win. The machine isn't perfect, it's noisy enough to notice, it's not great with odd sizes, and it requires occasional cleaning to prevent jams, but for the right buyer, those trade-offs are minor. If you're on the fence, ask yourself how much your time is worth and how often you fold. If the numbers add up, the FD38X is a solid investment. Otherwise, stick with a manual folder. Either way, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon.